Alright, we're back!
Hello everyone, welcome welcome back to DOOMineko.
I immediately wasted that health, that's okay. I'll probably die at some point anyway.
Probably.
We're back with the Spiral of Death. I just wasted my machine gun ammo. I'm about to die horribly. Ah! Just have a look around real quick. It's a giant spiral.
It's a giant spiral?
And it's a Tower of Death.
Okay.
I thought it'd be bigger, honestly. There we go. Will just fucking sideswipe me. That was great. Anyway, how is everyone doing today?
I'm going real well.
That's good. We're doing something a bit different today.
I hope that they can't tell what it is, but we're going to tell them anyway
guess in
eventually.
The comments. Before we tell you what the different thing is, have a guess in the comments. I'll give you a hint. It's not new hair. That was a really quick death. My goodness. This is rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've made a bit of a change with the audio setup, which is fun.
Well, now you've spoiled it.
What? I have to tell them. No, they guess in the comments before I tell them. That's how that works.
So we're running 2 microphones for the first time, which is terrifying.
I really need to like get in the zone. Yeah, we've had another one of those little break boys.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna just try and get as far in this level as I possibly can.
Good luck, good luck.
Which isn't very far, most likely. Screw it, we're going full rock. Oh, she's already dead. Oh my goodness.
This is rough.
They're just immediately throwing the Beatrices at us, which is like the best. You know, I love it when a Beatrice corners me in a tower of death.
Oh.
What?
In a tower specifically?
Yes, in the tower, the deep dark tower of death. Alright, we're gonna just pick him off from here, I think. Alright, so there's a Will up there, he's shooting at me. There's a Beatrice up there. That was a very slow bullet.
Rocking this soundtrack too.
It's great, dude.
Golden Nocturne.
Shout out to the vocal version of this track. It is insane.
Version? Oh yeah, I have heard
it's
that.
oh, I don't actually know if it's fan made or if it was just like, you know, made after you know, after the novel. I don't know the specifics of it, but
neither do I.
It's a really great album. Just let me through everything. I wonder if I even have to kill these nerds, if I can just like run around them. Let's just do this.
I think in the main DOOMineko series that we have uploaded to the channel, I think probably about 50% of the videos now have been claimed by Dai's record label.
Nice. Well, at least they're going to someone who deserves it.
At least someone's getting paid for our work.
Did you just fall off and die? Did you see that shit? Replay that.
Replay it. Okay, thank you for the replay.
You're very welcome, sir. Despite claims that Jakrona was the one who edited the last video, I did in fact end up editing it myself. And this episode will be no different. Probably. Probably. We say that, but shit changes all the time. We've been busy boys. We've been starting some really crazy stuff over the past 2 weeks or so. I had my first week of full-time work, which was great. And of course, as one does when starting full-time work, one also makes sure to clear their calendar and not start any crazy side projects during that time.
Side projects
so that
whatsoever.
so they can relax and really get into the groove of full-time work and the routine.
Let's be clear here. We're not talking about the Higurashi as the side project here too as well.
That is still going on.
We have
which is
another side project.
Yay! At that radio station we work with, we've been working on getting a proper show.
That we have.
Yeah, and it's looking pretty promising. It seems like we have a good idea of what we're doing, and we're working with some people at the radio station to do a sort of murder mystery show, you know, using the same kind of format that we use for this. Like,
well, I should say, when we say the same format as the YouTube show, it's not reading the whole thing through on air. No. Because that would not fly on radio.
Yeah, I don't think that would work. We have some, let's say, specialists in the field who are helping us work out the kinks on that one. But the kind of format we're going with, we're gonna read murder novels. Not necessarily visual novels, but maybe in the future we'll see. We've had
lengthy discussions about how easy it'll be to sneak DOOMineko into our repertoire on the show.
It's gonna happen. Just you wait. Even if it's the last thing we do, we're doing it. It's happening.
I hope so.
But yeah, so like the first novel we're doing is The Three Tabs, I think, by Mr. Knox himself.
By Knox himself?
Knox himself! The god amongst men.
You say spam and dat blue?
The small girl that will protect us all from our illness. Where is the Anjay in here? Because I swear someone is making crap and I can't see them. I can't see the Anjay in the room at all.
Oh, they're down the bottom.
Down the bottom?
Right down the bottom.
Oh, there she is. Yeah, let's get her.
Got him.
Because I just noticed there were like 1,000 steaks coming and she needs to die. That's just how it be. I'm sorry, Anjay. You are now a burger. But yeah, so we're reading 3 taps, which neither of us have read before.
You're reading through taps.
Yeah.
Until you've gotten far enough to tell me when to stop.
Yes, I think is the end of chapter 9, did I say?
You said 7.
7? At the end of Leyland's report. That's when I wanted you to stop.
I see.
Because I think that's the point where most of the clues, the mystery are kind of laid out.
Leyland is one of Nox's like serial characters as a detective, right?
No. Oh my goodness, you put me to the test now. The detective is a Mr. Bredden. Not Brendan, by the way, which is something they joke about in the book.
Yes.
But yeah, Mr. Bredden, and this is the first novel I think that he has appeared in.
Right.
So this novel has the challenge of both setting up an entirely new detective, and they do it in a really good way in terms of saying, oh, this is a character that Mr. Bredden knows, and this is another character they know, and like, this is how he fits in the world.
I see.
So the novel itself has to do a fair bit of world building.
That sounds like it could be pretty clunky.
It could be. I honestly think it does it very well. Because the way that the novel kind of tackles this whole thing is not by being a deadly serious murder mystery, but by being very tongue-in-cheek.
I see.
I'm trying to think of a good example, but there is a there's a company and this is kind of the impetus of the whole novel. Is a company called The Indescribable. And that in itself is kind of a joke because the deal with this company is it's an insurance company and insures everything.
I see.
One of the jokes is that like they open it up and like the Indescribable would insure for everything, and it's even said that there was a man lost at sea who cursed his bad luck that he was rescued because he was being paid by the hour by the Indescribable, and it doesn't matter like how much money they have or who they are or what they do. They're just a bunch of dudes in business suits who will insure you for anything. And so of course the premise of this particular novel is that Mr. Bredden is going to go and find out if someone who is insured by the company for life insurance took his own life or not. Because if they did, then they're not inclined to pay. And that's the premise.
I see. That's really fun. That's a lot more absurd than I was expecting from the Nox himself.
It's excellent. It's honestly like a really good time. I'm really enjoying it, especially for its age. It was written in like the 1930s or some nonsense. I'm just trying to mash my way through these notes. It is not happening.
I was a little disappointed when we were first looking this up to find that the ebook version of 3 taps isn't available on some platforms. A little inconvenient.
Like Kindle. Poor sweet baby Kindle, which I've never used a Kindle in my life, but an old friend of mine swears by it. An old friend from the church.
Yeah, I've used the Kindle, never owned one.
Right.
They're the kind of thing that,
it's nothing.
You know, if I didn't still have like 50 paper books to read through on my shelf, I'd absolutely get, because it's fantastic having it like, you don't actually need to have it like backlit.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you can still use it on like your phone and stuff.
Right, I see what's happening. So I teleport up here and then I teleported back because I was being a dum-dum. Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking around. But you know, I personally don't read a lot of books anyway.
Yeah.
I read some visual novels when people are like, yo, we should like talk about visual novels and like hang out and stuff.
I feel like you've kind of burned yourself by reading too many too fast.
Yeah, I used to be in a couple of book clubs, but I was like, I don't know if I'm enjoying this so much anymore because I've just been, like, I haven't even been reading that fast. Like, I know a couple of people, shout out to Zasante, I know that he reads like a new novel every other week. I read one like every month, and that is just too much.
I mean, I used to read a lot more than I do now. Like, the main thing that killed it for me was like, just when it came to, you know, starting university, trying to fit reading in as well as the like actual academic readings I had to do was really hectic.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the other thing is that because the way that I normally approach reading a novel is that I like to deconstruct everything in it. Yeah. Which is just something that I do. I don't get, as I say, I don't get to do as much on the show because it's kind of your job. But when we're not, and in fact for this pilot that we're doing for the radio show, I'm really enjoying getting to go through and like make my own deductions.
Well, that's the fun thing, right? Is like you get through the novel, you get like right up to where the detective is, and you're like, oh, yeah, I think this is who it is. And then I start reading, I'm like, I think this is who it is. And if it's someone different, you are gonna panic, and you know
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great time. I'm really excited to see how that goes.
Like, if anything, I expect that our success rate will be similar.
I think it will.
Because we approach stories in a very similar way, but, you know, I'm the one with the reputation, supposedly.
True. You're the one who has to uphold the reputation, or as they say, build that reputation.
Yeah.
Which is going to be fun. I'm just going to keep this. What am I?
Well, I mean, that's the other great thing about like trying to convert this kind of 2-man, 1 fresh, 1 veteran gig into a radio show is that, as our certain industry contacts were telling us, we can't really do it like a podcast where we have like, oh, here's 163 episodes, each of them are an hour long.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So what we ended up doing was we're still kind of umming and ahhing over it. We're not in production yet. We're like tomorrow.
I'm in production.
Well, I mean, whatever. You know what I mean. But like, yeah, we're gonna be putting that together pretty soon, and we're still kind of debating over whether we're gonna do like 1 episode per book. Probably not gonna happen. It's more likely to be like 3 episodes.
Yeah, I'm aiming kind of 3 when I'm like looking at it in my head. I
think that would be the best because we can have like the introduction of the characters and see over the crime scene, and then like the crazy plot stuff that happens in the middle. Because the first third is where you would devote to like what happened last week. You know, what happened during the murder. And then it's like, who's trying to confound the investigation now? I'm trying to find the way forward. I can't. Yeah. There's this epic music playing, and I can't find the way forward.
It's very, very...
It's great. But yeah, the third part then is like the conclusion.
Are these pillars getting higher?
This shit. Maybe I picked up a key. I did. There was a key in the middle. Of course there was.
Oh, and we're right at the end now. Sick.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
The other thing that's really fun about doing this as like a radio show format is that radio shows, we can have a lot more room with like, you know, pre-recording gimmicks and stuff. Oh my goodness. We've beaten a level.
I think that might be the fastest level we've ever done in our life.
Even before this is in the end. Let's
hit it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. But like, you know, I don't know how much people are all on top of like radio production and stuff, but it's so incredibly staged.
100%.
Nice.
I don't think there were any secrets, but
I don't think there were, but
whatever, we did it.
That's the first one we got full 100 on, so...
We did it!
Yay, finally!
Anyway.
It might be.
I don't remember.
It's certainly the one that we've gotten, you know, closest to Erica's with 100%.
I guess so, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but like, when it comes to radio stuff, you know, when they have the thing where it's like, oh, well, you know, one of our producers did this thing behind the scenes, we're gonna call their parents and tell their parents the naughty thing they did behind the scenes. Completely staged, top to bottom, on like 99% of stations. And now that we're kind of like looking at putting our heads into that radio game, it's really fun to think like, okay, this is how we can develop our own gimmicks.
Yeah. Without trying to do too much of that crazy gimmicky.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean.
Obviously, with the way that we present information, there's an incentive to be more genuine because we are presenting our thoughts and feelings upon reading something for the first time.
Yeah.
But, you know, in terms of, like, engaging the audience, things we can do, like, we get to the end of a book and we're like, alright, Ben, now I'm gonna challenge you. You gotta solve this book in 3 episodes of the show.
Oh my goodness, I take you up on that offer and I double down on the bet.
Yeah.
I'll bet 10 flex points on that one.
Oh, we do have to have a point system for the radio show, don't we?
We do actually. We have to like gamble against each other for our lives. I think that would be pretty fun.
I don't know if gambling is gonna go down well on air.
No, it'll be fine. Like, all the kids are doing it.
This may be incredibly inane to some people, but it's fascinating to me. Australia recently had a change in broadcast regulations to air.
I think I heard about that. Yeah, tell us.
Which basically means that politicians can now advertise on TV and radio again for the first time in some number of years.
Yeah.
And in the radio industry, everyone's like, yes, finally, we can have our money that we've been craving for so long. But, God, it's terrible for the consumer. Like, who the hell... Like, we've had just a lack of political ads on a lot of platforms in Australia for so long. And it's gonna suck to have them back.
Ah, it's alright. We'll just have to turn the radio off once in a while. Step outside, breathe in the fresh air.
It's one of these interesting things where, like, you have that balance between creating a better product for the listener by having a higher budget to do so, or by, you know, not bogging them down with content they don't care about.
I mean, that's been the culture on YouTube for the longest time, hasn't it?
I mean, I know one person that gets a lot of flack for it, but it's also kind of become a bit at this point, is Jack's Films.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, his whole thing is he has, like, a bunch of short videos that he'll upload however many times a week, normally less than 1, because he's very consistent. But, like, it's like a 4 to 5 minute video, and 2 to 3 minutes is an ad.
Right, yeah.
And it's like, this isn't content, but it's still taking up the time in the video. And the other interesting thing, particularly for, like, well, I mean, I guess this does apply to radio and TV as well, because you can just like switch the channel. But with YouTube, you know, like you have an ad at the end of the video and people just close off before the ad ends.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what I do.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't use ad blocker, but I do just close the ads as soon as they'll let me. I had a video queued.
I mean, I normally will like just mash L through the video in case there's like an extra clip after the ad.
Yeah, I mean, I had a video loading yesterday, and it was on the ad phase, and I was like, queuing now, 1 of 2 ads, and I was like, why are they queuing ads now? No one watches 1 ad. Why would you put 2 on? I just don't understand.
I mean, one thing that Spotify did recently, which was interesting, is that they added they added the feature to skip ads on Spotify after like a very short period of time.
Right.
Which, like, I don't know how that is for them on a business side, but it certainly makes the free product a lot more enjoyable than it used to be.
I would imagine so.
Which seems like they've disincentivized going for their premium product, which is an interesting choice.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the way forward. I can't see a way forward. I have to cut some of this because I do not see what the heck I'm supposed to do. Is there something in the center here? There is. There's a key up there. Can I just lower this? I have to shoot that. There we go, I figured it out. Oh, Gucci. Now I'm being murdered. I'm being murdered.
Do not die now, please.
Yeah, please. At least that wasn't too complicated. There were just some switches in the middle. Oy vey. Shush you, Ava. You're already dead.
Do we now have the blue key?
Oh, yeah, we do. Picked it up off the little platform. And now we've killed everything. Yep, that's all of them. So I'm gonna grab some health real quick. Shoop-a-doop-bop-bop-dee.
Let's go.
Giggity, get out of here. Get him. There we go.
This looks very tight and uncomfortable.
It would be, yeah. It's a bit of a squeeze. That doesn't...
Can you go back down that corridor?
Yeah, I'm going this way first, I think. Although I don't like these side holes.
No.
I never like a side hole. Okay.
Oh.
We have to cut that? Was that too inappropriate for you?
I don't know.
Side holes. That's what I'm saying. Don't use side holes. Alright, speaking of which, we have to go down the big hole right here.
You ever just found a like really strange way into a building that you wonder why the architects put in there?
No. Not really. Actually, wait. I have. There's one in my house.
Oh.
It's in my friend's room. It's like... I didn't even notice, but there's like a door in the back of his room. It's like a fire exit, I guess it's supposed to be, but his door is like right next to the living room, which leads outside, and it's like, why is there a back door here? The front door is literally 10 seconds away. Like, why bother, you know? It's very strange.
I do have a like strange exit story that I could tell, but I'm worried that my place of employment would not be happy with me talking about it.
Maybe you shouldn't tell it then. Stick to stories about your home and your family.
But there was this one place that I stayed this one time where it was a pretty small hotel. You know, it wasn't too bad.
A teeny tiny hotel, yeah, sure.
The really strange thing is that the door to the room opened inwards. And it opened inwards such that the first thing you saw when you opened the door was the door to the bathroom. And the bathroom door was a sliding door that couldn't quite close properly. And the first thing inside the sliding door was the toilet.
Oh.
So you could always anyone open the door to the room.
You just see the toilet.
You just...
see someone taking a shit.
It was like...
It's great.
How is this... How did this get past any kind of quality control?
Yeah, for sure.
We ended up like jerry-rigging a system of towels to the doors.
Oh, that's pretty good. Well, wait, during a system of towels, to like hide the door, hide the bath.
Yeah, to like hide the bathroom.
The toilet? That's great.
Yeah, we told the front desk about it, and they're like, what? And I showed them, and they were a little bewildered by it.
They didn't realize?
Well, I mean, it's one of those things that, like, I guess when you're just going in and, like, cleaning the rooms as staff, you just don't notice.
Maybe they hire a cleaning company.
Yeah, and the reason that it was like this was because the door was a little bit busted and didn't close. But when you're, like, cleaning the room, you have the doors open so that you can get everywhere. You don't notice these kinds of problems.
For sure, yeah.
But I wonder how many guests had, like, stayed in that room and not said anything about it.
Yeah.
Or, like, if everyone had said something about it and they just still haven't done it and everyone's just really good at acting now.
Well, it could be... More realistically, it's probably a case of it not going up the chain. Like, someone comes to reception and they're like, could you get someone to look at our rooms? People can see us go on the potty. And they're like, okay, sure thing, sweetie. And they send an email off and nobody reads it, and that's
the great
it's corporate culture.
The reason I don't believe it's that is because the owner of the hotel came and spoke to some friends I was staying with.
Oh yeah.
Because the way that the lift was set up in this building had like you could exit out both sides of the lift, and each of them went to different places in the building that you couldn't get between except by going through the lift.
That sounds very practical.
Very impractical. But basically, my friends kept getting lost in this lift to the point where they went up and down like...
it was fucking ruthless! They just killed Rena!
It was brutal. Basically, my friends went up and down this lift so many times that the owner of the hotel came out of the security room, like, came with them in the elevator and was like, "Are you lost? What's going on here?
Are you okay? Do you need to find your parents?"
My friends are like, "Who are you and why are you asking?"
It's pretty great. I have not had any crazy hotel stories. I go there. Oh, that was a Will in the corner there. I saw him. I saw you. I go there, I sleep. We did get robbed on a train once. My family did.
You got robbed on a train?
Yeah, somebody like didn't close or like lock the door properly when they wanted to go to the bathroom or something. It wasn't me, but somebody just came in and like took all of our money. It was great.
Ah, God.
Not credit cards though, so we weren't completely fucked. But on the downside, we couldn't track them. So you know, whatever, it's fine. You win some, you lose some, is all I'm saying. Look after yourselves on trains. If you sleep on a train, lock the doors. Is what I'm saying.
There was a couple on the show that I work on this morning.
Yeah.
Who were talking about like a trip of theirs that had gone wrong. And they were talking about like the trouble that they'd had financially as a result of that. And I won't say anything more about the segment because I don't want it to be identified by any, you know, accomplished Googlers.
That is a profession now. Accomplished Googler here.
But
oh
like,
my fucking lord!
It really highlights the thing that my grandfather famously said about travel.
That's really bad.
Just
I need
don't
to
die.
leave.
You'll be fine.
No, there was no way I was getting out of that.
Which is that travel is a series of inconveniences suffered at great expense.
Very true. Very true.
Very true.
I'm very much on board with that idea. Travel is for nerds. Stay at home. Play video games. Play visual novels. Read Science
Listen,
Gate.
traveling is amazing. The problem is you will become addicted to it.
Okay, good.
And your wallet will not survive.
Yes, I know. This is why we travel with our minds and our hearts, and not with our wallets.
Now,
travel pro
tip, right, is that something is always going to go wrong when you travel, right?
It's true.
Something's always going to go wrong.
No good travel plan survives contact with a train, or a plane, or really any mode of transportation.
No good travel plan survives execution with execution.
That doesn't make any sense.
I butchered it, but you know what? I said it.
Survives
contact with execution. There we go.
With execution. I don't think that makes sense either, but that's okay.
No plan survives being carried out. Anyway.
Survives contact with a plan carried out.
Anyway.
Yes, good.
All you can do is minimize the significance of what can go wrong.
Oh, so it's like Darkest Dungeon.
Exactly.
Thank you.
If you need to practice planning travels, play Darkest Dungeon.
Yep. Always take a hound with you.
This is unironic advice.
It's true. It's true. Like, that's what Darkest Dungeon is all about. It's like, how many lunches do I need to take, you know, or else the kids will cry.
Supposedly there's a sequel to Darkest Dungeon coming out.
There is. The Howling End. I nailed it.
Now,
and it's got an image of like all the characters and stuff.
The impression that I get with a name like that is that it's a sequel in the story sense. It's set after Darkest Dungeon.
That's what it seems like. It also has the same, if you've seen the trailer, it also has the same characters hanging out.
I don't really associate Darkest Dungeon with having much of a, like, linear plot.
Yeah. I mean, did you play much of Darkest Dungeon?
No, admittedly.
Fuck it, we're talking about Darkest Dungeon now. So the way that the plot kind of works is that they're like, something has gone rotten in our family.
Oh,
whatever it is. I don't think that's the narrator's voice, but yes. Yeah. You go there to like fix whatever your father did wrong. Turns out he summoned Cthulhu because everyone does that in the fucking 1920s or whatever.
I mean, what else are you supposed to do with your time?
I know, right? Dig deep, dig crude,
cars
too greedily.
Cars at that point were too expensive. You needed demons to ride.
Yep, and carriages. Carriages are great. But yeah, so the plot is kind of unveiled through the various bosses that you fight in the game. So you will when you go to fight each boss, there's a little bit of like flavor text that appears each time, which is like, It was really funny that when I started experimenting on the local inhabitants that they took up arms against me. Isn't that weird? And then you'll go to fight the brigands, who are like the people that the Baron or whatever employed to go and collect his, you know, his subjects to be experimented on. And then he talks about like, there was also this lady who I had chained up and fed to the fishes and they gave me money. And so going to each of the different like boss levels, you'll get more and more of like, this is how the ancestor actually managed to summon Cthulhu. These are the different methods that he used. So there is some story to it. Each of the individual stories, and there are also like journals and things you can pick up as you go through the levels that give you more information about that. So there is story to it, right? There is a timeline of events that you could, I don't know if you could pick like which one goes where, because all the bosses are kind of, they're designed at least to be interchangeable. There are some that are more difficult than others. You could, you know, try and create a time of, this is when he went and hired all the thugs, and then he experimented with the townsfolk, and then he fed some of them to the fishes, and then etc. etc. So there is sort of a story to it.
Yeah.
And of course you learn even more about that shit when you get to the end of the game and you fight Cthulhu, because of course you do.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's great. It's not actually Cthulhu, but you know.
Oh, what a letdown.
The stand-in for Cthulhu.
I really should play games like that a bit more.
You don't play games at all.
I don't really play games at all.
You don't have enough fucking time.
That is one aspect of it. The other is that I do that thing where you have like, you open your fridge and you look at all of the food you have.
All the delicious foods.
So much food in there.
Too much, one might say.
And you go, there's nothing in there. And close it and walk away.
And then you go to the toilet and hang up the towels.
Like to block the view of the door?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That was the implication.
Right. Yes.
Just making sure we're on the same page here.
Yeah, it was a very important piece of information.
It was. But yeah, no, I feel you. Well, yeah, like, I feel similarly. Like, if I played a game before, I played it for a little bit and then got bored, or it was too hard or whatever, I'm like, eh.
I mean,
like, I actually bought Metro Exodus when on release, like, I pre-purchased it.
Oh my goodness.
Which is like, it's the hot new game, or one of the hot new games. And I played, like, I've beaten the first area, so the first, like, open area of the game, and then I was like, I'll come back to it another time, and I haven't touched it since.
Yeah, I finished Metro 2033 and loved the hell out of it. But then when it came to starting Metro Last Light, I got to the menu screen.
Yeah.
Kind of left it on the menu screen, came back, sat down at my computer, closed it, and just did something else. It wasn't even like I don't want to do this anymore. I just sat down and closed it.
Yeah, you're like, I'd rather do something else. Yeah. I feel you.
One of the interesting things for me at the moment is Apex Legends, right?
Yeah.
That's the hot new stuff.
Everything's the hot new stuff these days. Have you played it all?
I could not care about that game if I tried.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
admittedly, I'm terrible at it. And that is definitely clouding my judgment.
Have you been playing it with the boys?
I have been playing it with the boys.
I should join you boys sometimes. Also, I need to fucking mentally prepare myself. I don't really know what to do here, so I'm a little scared. I think I need to just run.
I'm sure you'll figure it out as you go.
I hope so.
Come on.
I might just have to have the rocket out and just never be hit.
Ooh.
Well, you know. Can I go through here? I cannot. I cannot. I'm fucked. I'm fucked. What am I supposed to do?
I mean, only so many of them can get close to you at a time, right?
Yes, but they're killing me!
Well, would not a melee weapon be the best choice?
Oh, maybe. Well, I guess I can give that a shot next time.
Next time?
Next time!